Y'all come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable. I'm sorry, I'm having a little Zen moment here with my Luther. Quiet quiet coin queen. Did I get it right? Y'all come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state, so should you choose to catch this information on the day. My name is Grandmaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and I'm sorry, I'm over here zenning out to Luther and this particular Christmas song. I love me some Luther. I miss me some Luther. But that's how you know a brand and the timelessness of a brand when you can still vibe out to it years after he's passed and still be ascended to that time when you first heard it, right? What's going on, TTT Tony? Triple T Tony. So good to see each and every one of you. Come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable, and post the state that you are chiming in from, just so I can know where my information is reaching out into these internet streets. Welcome, God's child. Welcome, Co-Fred. Thank you so much for each and every one of you that are actually choosing to share this out, that is allowing the FYP to come on in. Illinois in the house, so good to see you. That is allowing the FYP to see that we're getting ready to get started on the night. I greatly appreciate it. Hey there, Alex. Hey there, Kelsey. So good to see you on this evening. I'm glad that you have been able to make it. I know you have a busy schedule on your end. You have a lot going on. But I appreciate you all taking the time to come in and get this information on today. Hey, Tanya or Tanya, depending on how you pronounce that. New York in the house. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, again, for being coachable, for being teachable, for being trainable, and posting your state so we can let the good old worldwide know where we're catching this information from on today. So my topic for today is number one, how to get your assets in order as a Gen X and as a boomer. And we're discussing specifically today the value ladder. So as I say, anytime I give information out, I say to people, ask yourself a question to qualify whether or not this information is specifically for you on tonight, right? Because I wouldn't want you here spending time, investing your precious time when the information that I'm going to share does not pertain to you. So if you are a Gen X, if you are a boomer, if you are a W-2 worker who is considering starting a business, who is considering developing a brand, who has questions about a brand, then this information that I'm sharing with you tonight is for you. Hey there, Gail. So good to see each and every one of you. I always like to take a little bit of attendance. We have Kelsey in the house, and currently Kelsey has a little over 100 followers. It's brand new to the TikTok realm, to the TikTok world, I assume. And she currently has a situation where it says, her bio says, living in my car, building new dreams. Hello, hallelujah, praise the Lord, building new dreams. I love the mindset that you have, and that anything that you put your hands to will turn to gold, as long as you have the mindset and the belief behind it. I also see that we have Tanya, who is over a couple of hundred followers, and her bio says, your next chapter simplified. So again, if the people that I am taking attendance for, and I'm letting you know what their bio says, and it's something that you're interested in, then definitely take the opportunity to tap and follow them, and to follow their journey, support their journey, right? Only if you find alignment. Hey, Miss Cam, so good to see you. A little over 100 followers, no bio yet. So for my brand spanking new people who are on TikTok, as well as to my other social media platforms that I'm currently streaming to, for you guys who are brand new, who do have TikTok aspirations, I always humbly invite you all to join us at 9:30 if you're interested in figuring out how to garner yourself over 1,000 followers quick, fast, in a hurry, using TikTok tips, tools, tricks, strategy more than anything else. Then 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you want to go ahead and grab your favorite pen or pad and write this information down. That is Heather.R41. That is the HR office. She is live each and every night, 9:30 p.m. and she literally comes on and welcomes all new people to ask their new TikTok questions. Why? Because I'll tell you my story. When I first came on TikTok during the pandemic, I thought it was about dancing. That's why I didn't pay it any attention. However, I do understand the power of being consistent on social media. Hey there, Annette. So literally, hey there, Mex. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. On TikTok, I would seriously take the opportunity to spread all of my targeted information all over the internet. Coach Jen, so good to see you. Hey there, Carolyn. I would spread my information all over the internet, and it was hitting TikTok. It was hitting TikTok. It was hitting TikTok. And I was gaining and growing followers. However, I really wasn't active over here. So I had no earthly idea, right? No earthly idea at all. However, about 2 months ago, hey there, Carolyn, thank you guys for engaging. Thank you for your daily heart me. I greatly appreciate it. I literally was not engaging on TikTok. However, something said, let me at least have a look. I get on TikTok and see I have a few hundred followers. Didn't really know and understand what that meant, right? However, 2 months ago, hey there, Jay, I run into Heather. I run into Nicole. I run into Miss Stories. I run into these different people that are actually giving value, Jay. Hey, so good to see you. They're giving value. And I was like, what in the world? So I stuck around long enough to find out that they are really teaching how to utilize TikTok. And that is not about dancing. Okay. And so if you want to learn how to put your profile picture in, learn how to make sure that you're actually putting information in your bio that people actually resonate with, Heather R teaches that every night at 9:30. Now, great rooms and grow rooms, Nicole teaches that 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. These are the two people that I immediately recommend for people who are just starting out on this specific social media platform. So for those of you who are watching on my other platforms, hey y'all, hey, so good to see you. Definitely comment with your state where you're chiming in from. So should you choose to do so, so that we can know where this information is reaching out here in this internet world that we have going on. And if you would like to follow us on TikTok, come on over, learn why and how literally TikTok is taking over for the good reason, for the better reason, for the right reason, okay? Because we enjoy engaging with each other, building communities, and supporting each other along this journey. That's why I really am excited about the growth that I'm having here on TikTok, okay? And so tonight specifically, we're going to talk about the value ladder. And what does that mean for the person who does not yet have a brand? What does that mean for the individual, for the Gen X, for the boomer, for the individual who is entering their second career? What do I mean, Tangi, by a second career? You as a Gen X or a boomer may have decades on a job. And right now you're trying to figure out what is going to be my second act. Well, if you were wondering what I meant by value ladder and you were going, what is a value ladder? Well, I'm so glad you asked because that is the topic for tonight. Now, you may have also just heard me mention and say and make a comment or two about a brand. Well, if you do not know or you have no earthly idea or you wonder what in the world is a brand is you. And you have one, whether you realize it or not, right? And I coach, teach, train, and educate people on how to actually use their brand for good, number one, but how to get the foundation of the brand set up, how you can actually utilize it, even if you don't have a business. Even if you haven't ascended, Ruby, to actually starting a business, Royalty, I teach you how to actually begin the process and set a firm foundation for that brand. Be so good to see each and every one of you. And I like to take attendance just to let people know that I see you, that I hear you, that I resonate with you, right? And that I want you guys to understand how you can actually grow here on TikTok. So B is brand spanking new as well. A little over 10 followers. She would be a candidate for coming to the 9:30 class and getting into the HR office. So would you, Ruby Nash. You'd be a candidate for coming to the 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time office. Now, Carolyn, you currently have over 3,000 followers. my hat is off to you. So good to see that you are using this platform to its greatest capacity. And the others, I believe I've already checked you guys in. So again, nope, Coach Jen, I don't believe I did check you in. You have over 5,000 followers, mental health coach. She's a mental health coach, social therapy. I hope I'm pronouncing that all of that together right, or saying that with the correct pauses in between. Creative healing via art, nature, culinary, music. And she's also alive on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as Sundays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys want to get social therapy with Jen, definitely take the opportunity to follow her, which I have now done, because I would be interested in seeing what that platform would lend and offer to my specific area. Again, guys, if you're trying to figure out, thank you so much for that daily heart, Coach Jen. I greatly appreciate it. Again, if you all are trying to figure out how does this actually work, thank you, Homeschool Baddie. Hey there, Tia. Thank you for popping in. I know you have such a busy schedule, so I appreciate it. If you guys are interested in figuring out what does a value ladder mean to you, what is a brand? How is it that I go about developing a brand when I don't specifically even have a business, right? Thank you guys for the Fest Pops. I'm not a Fest Pop person, don't really 100% know what that is, but if you'd like to send some of those up to the live goal we're trying to meet on tonight, that'd be welcomed as well. But regardless, I appreciate you guys taking the opportunity to come in, to set a spell, and to get this information. Hey there, Hummingbird. Get this information that I'm sharing on tonight. So jumping right into answering that question that I said, I'm so glad that you asked. Wow. Thank you, Homeschool. Thank you, Tia. I appreciate you so much for helping me meet my goal. Right now, you're in a space where you're trying to figure out what exactly is a brand. How exactly do I develop a brand? And why would I develop a brand when I don't have a business? And then you heard me say something about a value ladder. Well, what exactly is a value ladder? Let me give you a quick synopsis of what, if I were to pull up here and type up what the good old internet says a value ladder is. What is a value ladder? And then let me tell you the way that I interpret it. So it says a marketing strategy, right? Where a business offers a series of products or services that increase in value and price, guiding the customer up a ladder from low-cost entry points to higher premium offers, building trust, and maximizing customer lifetime value along the way. Did everybody get that? Did everybody understand that? Basically, you're putting out something, value, positive value. You're putting out something starting at a low cost, right? That will increase to a higher investment based on the needs that you know you solve for the people who are asking or who are receiving that value, right? It's stepping up. It's going up in your value give, right? And it's also ascending in their investment in the value that you give, okay? And you may be thinking, well, wait a minute. You already, said that we still have a brand. Oh my goodness, it's Coach Nicole in the room. So you guys just heard me say just a moment ago, if you are interested in learning this amazing platform, I always recommend these two people. Why do I always recommend these two people? Because one is in the AM and one is in the PM. That means you have two choices. And these are the two people that have taught me everything that I have learned on this platform. Nicole is available to you guys 10:30 a.m. weekly, daily, right? And she's teaching you about grow rooms, great rooms, and how to conduct yourself here on TikTok, right? Heather is in the evening, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing a similar thing where she's teaching you from 0 to 1K how to actually build your platform here on TikTok, how to increase your content, how to create your content, right? These two ladies have been instrumental in helping me figure out how to find myself a home here on TikTok, okay? Because again, I thought it was a dancing platform. So again, thank you, Nicole, for investing a few moments in us tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the likes, the loves, and everything that you're doing, as well as you, Tia. So again, goal reset. Do I need to do something different? Can you pin their names? Yes, definitely. So while I have Nicole in here tonight, let me make sure that I 100% pin her name because I do not see. All right, now y'all got me doing stuff on the fly. Y'all gonna start laughing at me in a minute because sitting here trying to do it on the fly, nothing is getting to where I need it to get to. Nothing is getting to where I need it to get to so it can pin. Come on now. It's not letting me pin it. It's so good to see your amazing name pop up here. There you go. So I've gotten Nicole pin. And if Heather decides to make an appearance tonight, I will definitely get her pinned as well. But there is Nicole for you. So that you can pin and follow her. Again, when I tell you she teaches grow rooms and great rooms here on TikTok, do not miss the opportunity to join her each and every morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because again, you will be in for some amazing information to learn that TikTok is not a dancing platform. Literally, you will be able to make pivots, I'll put it that way, in your come up because of the tips and the things that you learn from these amazing two women. Okay. Hey, Ferdy, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm actually going live tonight, 8 p.m. to 9:30. Oh, you're doing a pop-up tonight. Dope. Let's see if I can get that one pinned so people can see that I'm typically with Heather starting at 9:30. So I'll be wrapping up here and hopefully I'll be able to pop in and definitely support you on that and probably learn something because I know there is an entire different world out there with pop-ups as well as with battles and all these other things. So I greatly appreciate that, guys. Definitely take the opportunity to pay attention to the schedule and the information that she just shared. Okay. So again, guys, you heard me say just a moment ago, developing your brand. Okay. Why would you be thinking, do I have a need to develop a brand when I don't yet have a business? You have a brand, whether you think you have a brand or not. A brand literally is your promise, okay? It's your presence, it's your absence, it's your smile, it's your zhuzh, as I say. It is what resides in the mind of the people that you encounter. So you don't have to have a business, okay? You don't have to have a business to have a brand because you're a brand all by yourself, okay? What do I mean by you are a brand all by yourself? You are an essence. You are here. You are present. And when you're absent, your absence is also noticed. All of this is part of your brand. So when you say you're going to be somewhere, be there. When you say you're going to do something, do it. When you say you're going to deliver, deliver. Because if you are, my tapping kicked me out. Oh man. Like again, if you say you're going to deliver on something, deliver on it, because when you don't, they're going to remember that more than they remember anything else, right? Your word is all you got. She said the dang thing. Your word is all you got. Hashtag what she said. It's all you got. Your word is all that you have, okay? Even in your absence. So what does that mean with regards to a value ladder? If you just heard me explain this value ladder, and I have my handy dandy notes right here to help me make sure I don't miss anything in giving you that. When you have a value ladder, it is what is going to garner your journey. Okay, so it maps the interconnected and it helps you along the way. It's going to guide the people that come in contact with you, and it's going to help them understand from the beginning of inception with you all the way through to the end of their touch point with you. Okay, what do I mean by that? When we come here on TikTok and we recommend other people, like I do for Heather and I do for Nicole, when I give them that value add and you arrive on their platform, you are now encountering the connected brands that we share. I've given you my value add. You show up over there, and now she pours into you. You now have 2 points where you can say, Martina said, when I get over there, this is what I'm going to get. Well, when you get over there and you get that, now you actually have 2 points kind of put in your bucket, so to speak, about not only myself, but about Nicole, or not only myself, but about Heather, right? You have 2 points that you're now going, hey there, boss lady. So good, boss guy. So good to see you, from the boss lady to the boss man. So good to see you over there, out there on the YT platform. I appreciate your connection over there. You are actually going to take account to, okay, these two women are connected. She said she was going to give me a connection to help me get something. I get over there, I get whatever it was. Now in your mind, they said they were going to do something. They did the dang thing. That's what you're thinking, right? Now, as your account continues to grow, as your confidence, being a content creator on here, continues to go, as you encounter more people and your confidence builds, your content builds, your followers increase, your value begins to increase as well, right? All of that is a part of your brand. And we have yet to talk about a business. So, does that make sense where you guys understand, regardless of whether or not you have a business, when you begin to put information out there, that you actually are putting something out, and that can be now thought about, maybe I do see what she's saying as a brand. I can understand by me putting that content out that I now understand that is my word, my promise, my presence, my value give, all of that must be a part of my brand, right? Again, would you say yes? Because it will be hard for you to respond and engage in everyone. That's another thing about this platform. And I had a question about that. And you're probably going, well, I'm so glad you asked. How is it that you exactly continue to do that? Continue to engage with the multiple different people that you encounter on this platform, especially when you take the opportunity to now go and be a quality engager, following them, watching their videos, doing all the things because you've actually found someone that you align with and that you are interested in. How do you quality support them and literally don't be on the app all day? That's a question that you may want to consider answering. You're available to answer it here. You can answer it, in the chat. You can request to come up. But again, when we're talking about the value that you're giving, I always wonder, how do people, deliver that type of quality engagement on all of these platforms, literally, and not be on the platforms all day? I know for me, myself, one of the things I do as far as content creation and delivery, this is not the engagement part of it, but the content delivery is that I take the same piece of content and I have it on all of my platforms. Now that I'm getting that out there, that's what I consider the awareness part of my value ladder. That's the free content. So if I'm looking at my notes here and I'm talking about that first layer, that first point on the value ladder, if I go through what my value ladder looks like, and this might be backwards for you guys, you probably can't really see it, but if I'm looking at the discovery point and I'm talking about YT and FB and IG and Pin and my GMB, that's my Google, my business, right? And Threads, and my community. If I'm looking at that first level of my value, if I turn this out, value ladder going up, but again, as you go down my value ladder, the increase in the value that I give. I hope that makes sense. But when I'm looking at this first layer of my value, I'm referring to my content, the way people find my information, right? I literally have them same content on all platforms. Right now, we're streaming to FB, LI, YT over here, TT over here. I'll take this long form content, right? And I will repurpose it out on all 9 of my platforms. the same small pieces of content across all of the platforms. I don't know what just popped up over there. Forgive me, right? What'd you say? I prioritize the people that prioritize me. That part, by helping with any part of my live goal now from $3 and up. I'm sure you'll help me understand that a little bit better. All right. Now, the reason I take that same piece of information and I spread it. Hey there. So good to see you. Shea. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, please forgive me. Hey, Cece, thank you for engaging. Hello to you as well. Again, the reason that I do that is because then it allows me to go back and look at the algo. What actually populated? What were the peaks, right? How actually, how many people stuck and stayed? How many people were engaging at what point? Did you know that you are available to go to each of your platforms and you are available to download the algorithm, the analytics, not the algorithm, the analytics, so that you can actually take the opportunity to read through it and understand, hey, this is what made me determine Watch Me Work Wednesday were the best and most optimal time for not only this long form platform, YT, but also it seems to be a good sweet spot for when my TikTok people are on as well. Again, if you never pay attention to any of the analytics, if you never take the opportunity to look at how is your value being delivered, who is actually looking at your information, then you never know. Number one, you don't know who your audience is, or you will not know who your audience is. Number two, you won't know at what point is the value that you're putting out serving. You also won't be able to see it ascend any type of ladder. You won't know what your solutions are, right? So again, remember, we haven't even talked about a business yet. We're just talking about what you know, who you are within, what you think your own personal value is. What is your God-given gift? What is that you have that you are willing to come on a social media platform and learn from people like Heather R. and homeschool baddie Tia? Learn from her. Come on and learn from Nicole. Come on and learn from people like Dwayne. When you take the opportunity to pay attention to what it is that you know, and you're willing to get on here and collaborate with people and share that information, and then go and look at the analytics to see what actually is hitting. I decided to pivot from what my original topic was to come and talk about value ladder because so many people seem to resonate. They didn't know what it was. I know what it is. Let me tell you how I know what it is. Let me tell you how to do it. Let me tell you what it is, right? Because that seemed to be the peak conversation that I was having when the analytics peaked, right? So you want to be able to take, hey there, Delightful, so good to have you. You want to take a look at your analytics. And when you do that, it will give you an indicator of what it was you were saying, what night you were saying it, who it resonated with, who stuck and stayed and listened to all of that, right? So before I pivot into the next area of this value ladder, if you have questions, you can drop those questions and I will definitely answer everything that I can. And I'd like to take attendance before we move on. So you guys heard me say, definitely take an opportunity with over 18,000 followers here on TikTok. Take the opportunity to follow Nicole, to join her 10:30 a.m. most days of the week, as well as 8 p.m. tonight. She's doing a pop-up. You guys need to come in and learn from Nicole. If you're new or if you're trying to, I think it's between what she say, 0 and 10,000. Heather does 0 to 1,000. If you have more than that, come and join her. But Nicole will be on again tonight at 8 p.m. Definitely pop up, follow her. The same deal with homeschool baddie. Tia is Christ First, helping overwhelmed moms unlearn, relearn, right? And begin their healing journey. She's a live host on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., right? And you can book time with her to learn more. Again, we have other people that have checked in and chimed in. I think I've done roll call on several of you guys. Let me go down here and grab Cece with nearly 2,000 followers, teaching how to earn extra cash digitally from your own home with a cell phone. And I wish I could check out some of these other icons. And she says to DM her for more. So that's good that a person would tell you to DM them, because some people just don't do DMs. Pretty much don't, but I'm trying to get better. And then we have Magpie's Motivation. She seems to be fairly new, but with nearly 1,500 followers. Faith-filled motivation and movement for women in every season, a space where we sit down or move for conversations about life and the Word of God. If I misspoke any of that, please forgive me. If any of these people that I am taking attendance for resonate with you, take the opportunity to follow them for more. Tia the Teacher, I know her personally through a shared project that we are in together. She is a co-author. Tia the Teacher has nearly 300 followers, and hopefully she'll take the time pretty soon here to update her bio so that you can learn more. So what I want to do is transition now. And again, let's see. Thank you so much, Nicole. I appreciate you. Hopefully I'll be able to catch you at 8. And what's so funny about this, guys, is I made the mistake of eating not too far before I get started on this tonight. And so I feel like I am seriously full. I have the itis. I am trying to work through the fact I am sitting here on a full stomach. But because this information is absolutely needed, oh, you're more than welcome. Definitely got to update your bio, because when we do attendance, we can't say who you are and what you do. So, of course, I would love to shout you out, Takia, but I need your information now. I could go over here and locate the book. Let's see here. Right? Beyond the Classroom. Scroll through here. Find Tia the Teacher. I think, what was yours in here? What was your chapter in here? Because you know the way that we have it set up is we don't have the author's name right at the beginning. But if you'll let me know your chapter, I'll definitely see if there's something I can pull out of here for your bio if you don't get that updated. But again, as we transition out of the foundational portion of the value ladder and helping you guys understand what that means, the number one thing on my 7-step value ladder that I want to discuss with you along the step-by-step journey to take you through the brand and help you understand what each step would mean as an example for you now to think, okay, hey Andre, what would my value ladder look like? The first thing that we discussed in the first half of this, the first 30 minutes of this, was you taking the opportunity to look at what your value is. What is it that people ask you about? What is it that you enjoy talking about? What solution is it that you have that you are available to share with others free of cost, just an investment of their attention, free of cost, just an investment of your time? What is that? That is your hook. That is your give. That is your promise to deliver on what it is that is your God-given, whatever that is. That's the foundation. So the thing and the way you want to figure that out is what or how do potential clients find you through your content? What is it that you say? Where is it that they look and find you? What platform, after you check your analytics, are a lot of people sticking and staying and watching and paying attention on, right? What problem or pain do you have the elixir, the solution for them? What is it that you consistently prove, show, give, okay, that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can help someone with? How do they discover that? So now that you have become aware and you figured out what that is, how do people find that? How do they discover that? Where do they see you at? Right? I am on all the platforms minus the X. I'm on all the platforms. Now I engage mostly here on TikTok and on YouTube, but my content is repurposed on all the platforms, free of charge. All you have to do is invest your attention. What is it that you have that meets that same foundational metric, right? What is it that you have? My content is focused on you guys learning your value and your purpose and your reason for being on here. Additionally, I focus on making sure that I connect you with other people that can assist you, like Nicole, like Heather, like Dwayne, like Quality Jones, like Takia, like Tia. Okay, I want to make sure I'm connecting you with all the other people that will help you meet your needs. Next, how do you get your assets in order? How do I help you get your assets in order? How do I help you avoid the $10,000 mistake that I made in branding? Why do I require people to think before you do anything else? Thinking is free. It's an investment of your own attention. It's an investment in your own time. Okay. How do you get discovered? That is the very foundational thing that you need to do in step one. And I've given you myself as an example. Whatever it is I know, I go live with it. I coach, I teach, I train on it. I put it out there long form, and then I repurpose it short form. And then I tell you when I'm doing it again, and I invite you to show up again. And I close everything out with come into my community to learn more. And how do I do that? I tell you to go up here, and I tell you to do what? Use the link that's in there to join the community, to come into the community, to get more engaged, to get on the next level, to find out more. When you join the community, you're available to get a brand audit. Today, we held a brand audit for Kelsey, and we walked through what she needed to receive to be able to move to her next step. And the number one thing that I suggest every, that means ER''BODY, everybody do. Yes, I know proper English. I suggest that everybody own their name. And what do I mean by that? You were born with everything that you need, purposed inside of you to do what it is that you were purposed to do, to walk out your journey here. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate it, Kelsey. It was an absolutely great call. And I'm so glad that I was able to impart into you what you needed to be able to move the needle, right, on this journey so you can get to your next step. I suggest everyone own your name. Start learning your worth. No. Don't switch it, because you know I wrote it down. Let me find my notes. Work your worth. Is that walk out your worth? Oh, it's going to come to me. I don't know what I did with my notes from your call. And I know I wrote it down because it was so good. You'll probably post it in here. Again, we had an aha moment. And hey, boss, sir. It's so good to see you. Thank you for switching platforms, which of course is what I invite people to do. Yes, I am here on all the platforms. Yes, this information will be repurposed on all the platforms, but I invite you guys to come over here because there's an exchange here. Hey, Mel, thank you for your heart. I appreciate it. There's an exchange that happens here on TikTok that I have yet to see happen on other platforms. And that is not only the investment of your time and attention, this is the investment of your engagement. You have the opportunity to help each other meet a goal on here. You have the opportunity to share your OneCoin to get a daily heart meet. You have the opportunity to set notifications and things like that. When people go live, you can share this out. You can support, you can collaborate, you can build an entire community here on TikTok. Y'all need to step up y'all game, all of y'all other platforms, because this is absolutely awesome. So again, that first level is about the hook, right? And how people find you. On top of that, how exactly do you show up on the multiple platforms? Beyond that, what is your content focused on, right? It's focused on the learning, the value, how to help you get your assets in order is one of my focuses, as well as the avoid framework, okay? Understanding that foundational level. Next, again, still on the freebie level, is the first yes. What is the first yes? The first yes is when I ask you to do something and you actually do it. Like, go up to the image above here. There's a LINK in there. And when you tap on that and do all the things, you end up in my community. You said yes, because in order to get into the community, you have to supply your email address and your name. Why? Because I need to know how to address you in the community. I need to know how to send additional content to you inside of the community. That's level 2, still free, an investment of your time and your attention. What happens when you get into the community? You have access to strategies, checklists, additional videos, coachable, teachable, trainable content. This is in order for me to provide you with immediate value, immediate additional value. Because when you get in there, you can take a business assessment, you can take a speaker assessment, and you can take a brand audit. 3 things for free. And it also allows you to get a 15-minute brand audit consultation, again, for free. Freebie level, second tier. Hope it makes sense. Thank you so much for your daily heart. I appreciate that, Mel. Brand new here in the community, and you guys see the engagement. Again, I greatly appreciate you. So you come up here, you actually do all the things, you tap on the options, you end up in the free community. When you get in the free community, you can now get a speaker assessment for free. You can also get a business assessment for free. You can also set and get a brand audit for free. Again, on the back side of each of those, what happens is you're going to get a 25-point business checklist. Now, when you finish the speaker readiness assessment, if you're interested in being a speaker, there are a series of about 20 questions that are asked to help you figure out where you are along the speaker journey. When you actually finish that, you are going to get a point system, a grade, and that's going to tell you, hey, you are 0 to 100 on this journey. This is what you need to do next. And it's going to give you an exact play-by-play blueprint on what you need to do next. Thank you so much for that co-signature. I appreciate it so much, Kelsey, right? Beyond that, when you do the business assessment, it's going to let me know where you are and how I can best assist you with what's next along that journey. Same for the brand audit. Where are you on the scale of what you need to do, right? That's the second level. Let's move directly into the third level. Why? Because now that you've gotten your freebie and you've given your first yes, now it's talking about a little bit of paper that folds, a little bit of digital currency. And that is to grab the Cash Flow Queen Goals Journal or planner, whichever way you decide to do it. Most people will say, hey, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to journal a couple of things. Other people are looking at this for what it is. It's a 90-day plan. It's a 90-day implementation plan. And over the course of 90 days, this is how you're going to find out what your real value is. Because each and every day, you're going to document 6 days on, and over the weekend, you may have some projects that you tackle, 1 day off. 6 days on, 1 day off. 30 days at a time. You're going to set your first goal. You're going to write it down. You're going to track what goal, whether it's a food goal, it's a weight goal, it's a spiritual goal, it's a business goal, it's a family goal. That's on you. It is set so that you can actually document the process. Now, you can grab it right now, autograph copy. And when you get your autograph copy, you can also submit your affirmation to be in the 2026 one, right? Or you can go ahead and go out there on Design right now and grab it for $35. It won't be autographed. You won't get the ability to submit your affirmation to be in the next printable, but you'll be able to go ahead and get started. I hope that makes sense. Now, the little bit of paper that folds that you just invested, this is the third level of this value ladder. And here again, it's a low cost investment. It is a costly investment of your attention. It is a costly investment of your efforts. It is you can't even set a cost on the investment of your time into documenting the process for your 1 or your 3 different goals over the course of 90 days. During this time, I'm going to help you solve the immediate problem, which sometimes is just disorganized finances. Sometimes it's not having a mission, goal, vision, purpose, or any core values written down. Sometimes it's not knowing or understanding what your value is. What is the God-given gift that you were sent here to serve the world? Sometimes you don't know. unless you get into partnership with a coach who's going to pull that from you, who's going to make you think about, what are my goals? What is my mission? What are my core values, right? And I'm asking you to jot all that down in a journal, 30, 60, 90 days, however we want to meet that goal, right? To help you get your assets in order. Because at the end of the 30, 60, or 90 days, you have documented proof of what you can help someone else walk through. Because, of course, the goal is to get to the end and to accomplish it. This is the third level of this value ladder. During this step, you can also provide other options for people to work with you as you go along that journey. I'm always going to say, hey, now that we're on this journey, is there anything more? Is there a higher way that I can serve you? Welcome to the room, DJ Candy's World. Thank you so much for all of the love. Thank you for the repost. I greatly appreciate it. And I believe I also saw a daily heart me. Thank you for that. Here on this entry point, this is the first actual purchase. You are available to, yes, get the Cash Flow Queen Goals Planner, but you're also to say, you know what? I have now developed enough trust. I now know you do solve some of the things that I think that I need. Can we actually set a VIP day? And what is a VIP day? A VIP day is we actually come from the rooter to the tutor, as I say. Everything conceptually that you will need to start the building blocks of your brand. We take 2 hours under immediate intense. Here's a worksheet. Here are the answers. Let's get these answers. Let's document the process of your power bio, your mission goals, your vision, your core values, the goals that you actually want to set every day. Setting up and doing your Google test, right? Going out and seeing who your target market is, who is your ideal client, what are your tripwires, your checklist, and things like that. Getting all of that set up so that we can now move the needle, so that we can now come back and say, now that we have taken everything that you think you want to do, let's leverage some AI up in that. Okay, let's take that and see what the internet, the marketplace, the audience, the people who are paying attention to you, where does what you have to give match the solutions that they need? We take AI and we pour some fuel on it, and we come up with a strategic plan for you to deliver content, repurpose or reset up or reorganize your social media platforms, your content creation, how you deliver it, getting you a plan of action. What would you guys think if I told you, and thank you so much for all the love. I am being Nicole. You are submitting. What would you, or how would you feel if you knew you could create 52 weeks of content in a setting? 52 weeks. Quarter 1, foundation and discovery. Quarter 2, brand building and systematizing. Quarter 3, scaling and collaboration. Quarter 4, legacy and year-end planning. Already know what I'm going to talk to you all about for the entire 52 weeks in 2026 with the power of AI. Taking what it knows about me and everything I have coached and taught and trained on in the year beyond past 2025, but taking everything that it knows about 2025 and whatever it can figure out about what's coming in the future and developing a complete content creation strategy. What if you could do that for what you're good at? I know you probably already done it, Tia. I know that's something we're going to work on together, Kelsey. Like, what if this is something that you could do? And thank you guys for sticking and staying. Hey, Carolyn, thank you for sticking and staying. Takia, thank you for sticking and staying. Power move, right? If you could take and pour some fuel in it and then create your next tier on the value ladder, where in number 4, we're talking about the value give and how you're building trust. The purpose at this stage is to help build your own tripwires, downloadables, social media planning content. What is it that you are going to sell at low ticket or still free or just a lower investment or just a higher investment than the $25. This could be your $97 offer or something like that, since that seems to be, hey there, Hunter, since that seems to be, one of those target areas. This is about building trust in this area, right? This is about what is it that you know that you have. And of course, I say it all the time. If you have questions, drop them in the comments, because I would love to be able to make sure you guys are understanding the levels of this tier. Remember, again, in the first one, we talked about how do they discover you, right? What is your hook? What is your God-given gift? How do you deliver that to them on a regular, consistent basis where they say yes? That's because they opt in by giving you their name or their email address in exchange for something that you give them that helps them, that solves something immediately. I'm sure Kelsey can say yes or yes in the chat that by her simply giving me her email address and her name and her coming into my community, her first yes was an easy yes. And did you yes or did you not receive something of value when you first came into the community, right? And then beyond that, now we're at the point now where you've held the consultation, you've received your first couple of directives, and now you're getting ready to go and make sure you purchase the domain that is your name, that you think about what is your value, what is going to be the thing that you help others understand about your personal brand and your journey at this stage of your life, right? And then the next step would be to purchase that Cash Flow Queens journal, this one here, so that you can begin documenting the process of what you're doing every single day for 30, 60, or 90 days. And she said, yes, I watched the course video in the community. Yes, and there are several. Like, I would love to be able to not really tear up my structure and show you guys a couple of things, because I do have it pulled up, and hopefully by me moving this phone in just a moment, I won't tear up everything that I have going on the counter here, but to show you guys some of the things that are in here. So we do have a learning area inside of the system here, and I'm going to try this, guys. If it don't work out, let's blame it on Kelsey. She said, show y'all some of the videos in the community. Isn't that what you said, Kelsey? All right, let's see if I can flip this around and do this properly. Flip camera. All right, so here is one of the things that we have in the community. So this right here talks about Go High Level, which is one of the software tools that we use. Well, specifically inside this marketing suite, we have 21 lessons here that walk you through how to use the Go High Level software that I coach and teach and train on. I say all the time, why would I direct you and affiliate myself with something and not show you how to use it, right? Also, you have people who are talking about setting SMART goals. So when it's time for you to set up your SMART goals, I have a course in here that talks to you specifically about specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely is usually where it starts. No, I go on to talk to you about consistency and accountability, right? And I give you a downloadable for that. In addition to that, when you receive certain levels, here is a For the Love of Branding and Business. This is a audio series that is included in here. Now, that's just what's up here in the learning tab, right? Beyond that, in the discussion tabs, you have the ability, like I said over here, to take the assessment, to take the speaker assessment, to schedule your VIP day. And over here is a plethora of things that you can opt into depending on what it is that you need. Is your branding already in a situation where you need to watch a video and you need to download some information about how to fix the current situation of your brand? In addition to that, I have speaker videos that talk about, number one, all of the different ways and options for a CRM, about the $10,000 mistake we made in business, about the SpeakerCon experience and what that means, how to unlock your unique voice. These are all real information up here, again, for you and what it is that you need to do. And of course, if you're trying to figure out what in the world needs to happen as far as business structure is concerned, I do have that available for you here. Again, that's just giving you a quick synopsis of all the things inside of the community that we have available. So again, I say, why would I take the opportunity to give you guys access to something and not show you the best possible way to use it? I have courses that talk about Canva, that software. I have courses that talk about Zoom, StreamYard. I have StreamYard Hack, teaches you how to hack StreamYard to your best advantages. And I'm probably going to end up with a daggone restriction on that because I use that HACK word. I got to do better with thinking about that when I talk. But again, there are multiple different videos inside of the community that take you different levels along this value ladder, right? And again, here in point number 5, level number 5, we're talking about what specifically is my core offer on this value ladder. Well, my core offer, common sense, is to brand you. My goal is to brand you, to educate you, and to help you get your assets in order. And now I say to help you avoid a $10,000 mistake that I made by setting everything up as an LLC and thinking we was Gucci. And then running into my new collaborative partner, Dwayne Williams of Mac Enterprise Consulting, that said, no, sis, you may have gotten that right for what you knew, but there's a whole nother correct world that you can actually restructure yourself, that you can walk all of your clients through their restructure so that all of you can get on the right side of legacy protection and building generational wealth. Hello. So on my value ladder, my core offer again is to brand you, educate you, and to help you get your assets in order, right? We do it in a DIY structure. That's where I give you access to everything. You go do it yourself. I have a DWI structure, right? And that's the done with you. Inside of this structure, there's monthly coaching, there are workshops, and there's guided implementation. We do it together. This is where most of my clients are. About 75% of my clients are in the done with you section where we go through and we do it together. I give you some directives, you do your homework. I take that homework that you do and I go build the site, for you. Then I give you access and now we both co-maintenance the site, whether it's your funnels, your customer retention management system. We do all of that together. And then I have the done for you, which is where I say, hey, your full brand development is on myself and my team. We set up your system. We give you the launch strategy. We put everything together. We show you how to maintain it all. And then we put that bad boy on automation. We utilize some of the AI that's inside of our system. We put your social media on automation because there are so many templates for so many different industries that are available to put content out regularly. And because I'm a graphic artist as well, I'm available to API, that's a plugin from Canva, Canva. I'm able to take that and make it merge together, your brand and automation, and put that on a drip. I know that just went over everybody's head. That's that verbiage, that overtalk that I do that I'm still working on. But again, that's in the done for you model. And then here's the beautiful thing. And I like to say beautimus. It's so good when you know that you know that you know that you know what it is that you're doing. And you know it so well that when an expert comes along and say, oh yeah, girl, oh, that's beautiful, but your structure's wrong. You go, wait a minute. What that mean? What you mean my structure's wrong? Oh yeah, you can keep doing everything that you're doing, but I need you to stop telling everybody that's right. And I need you to get right. And then I need you to help them get right. And that's truly what I took from being introduced to Dwayne. He said, all of that is good. All of that is Gucci. That's beautiful. Let's see if we can get it structured right. So now you can go, like I think it was, yep, that's another level. I can now go to another level and I can pull my clients along with me and I can help them go from being, LLCs like they are structured as, and I can help them become corporations, and I can help them have holding companies and parent companies and REITs and nonprofits and all of that, so they can have asset protection. They can have separation of their personal intellectual property, be completely separate and protected in case of what the world will come and try and take from you, right? Because I was so firmly set on understanding what it is, what my gift is. Like, my gift is not setting up your business structure. My gifting is helping you understand your value, your vision, your voice, your purpose, setting your goals, putting your mission, your vision, your core values, putting all that together, creating a beautiful brand that will convert. And now to make sure that as it converts, that you're structurally set up by partnering with someone who is an expert with that, right? That's the power of collaborations in this next ladder, right? And the beautiful thing is, on my premium ladder, where I offer to virtually launch your entire brand, like, he slid right in there. So now it's to a point where before I launch you, we go make sure all your ducks are in order. Because now when I launch you, I can launch you on an even greater platform than where I was looking at. And it's like, God's timing is amazing. I'm not going to get touched here, but God's timing is amazing. So that's my premium add-on, right? I do have Family First Designs that does the graphic services for you. I do have Family First Designs that actually launches the brand that we just created. However, before that takes shape, we have now collaborative partners like a Bridget Bartlett, who comes in, who gives you the ads, the AI, and the automation tools, right? Mac Enterprise Consultant that comes in and does the business structure and the funding, partnering eventually, prayerfully, everybody say a prayer for me, touch and agree with me, that I can go into collaboration with Quality Jones and make sure grants are a part of what it is that we do here. And then if you are an individual who does want to speak on stages, not just on social media, but who does want to speak on stages, I have Global Speakers University and Dr. Cheryl Wood, who I've actually partnered with for 6 different projects, and I am the director of social media for her Global Speakers University. Now you have a platform that you can go and you can get leadership training and speaker training, and you have a network that will actually allow you to speak on the stages and get your footing under you to begin to speak both locally and internationally, globally, if you will. Okay. These are the different levels of this value ladder. And why do you need all of this? Because, baby, we ain't just sitting at home doing nothing for no reason. Typically, I'm in my PJs, you guys know, but we have the gym tonight, so I had to put some clothes on tonight, right? We're not just sitting here in our homes. Me, I love being at home. I love the comfort of a home, and I love speaking to you guys, but we're looking to do more. And we're looking to be more beyond where we are right now. My goal is to be a mantle mom. I plan to be sitting on my grandkids, my great grandkids. I plan for somebody to be looking at my name in stone somewhere. And for my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-great-grandchildren, generations after me. I'm a 4th generation business owner. I plan for 4 or 5 generations after me for someone to still be saying my name because of the fact that I got my assets in order now, and I left a blueprint and a legacy for them to be able to walk into rooms they want to walk into, right? Those are some of my missions and my goals. And to make sure everybody that attached to me, everybody that's attached to me, that they win as well, that they're foundationally strong, that their brand is speaking, that their brand is in order, that their brand is leaving a legacy. Okay. That's my mission, my goal, and my vision. So I hope that is something that makes sense to you as well. I hope that is something that you can get on board with, that you can become aligned with. Thank you, Rhonda. I think those roses signals that she's like, yes, me too. Hashtag me too. We're part of the me. I want to do that too. Right? That's my mission. That's my goal. That's my vision, to do everything I can for me. And that's why I partner with other people, because now you're a part of my mission. Why would I get out here and do something for me if I can't show you how to do it for you? It's lonely at the top. I don't want to be lonely at the top. I want to smash that myth in its head. I don't want to be lonely at the top. I want all y'all there with me. I want us to be having a good time wherever in the world we want to be at all times. And yes, I do understand everybody can't go, but those who are serious, y'all come on. Those who are serious, ready, y'all come on. And my screen just did something, so I hope that didn't cut my stream off. Let's see, are you guys still there? I don't know. I hope my other platforms are still there. She said yes. Okay, good, Rhonda. So I hope that you guys have been able to understand these 7 areas, these 7 levels on this value ladder. I pray that you guys have been able to take some of my examples from my value ladder, and you've been able to see yourself along the levels of your value ladder. Now, I've been doing this 2 decades. So, and I've been thinking for 2 decades, okay? Because it was Henry Ford that said, one of the most difficult things you can do is think, and that's why so little people do it. Well, to me, that's the foundation of everything, aside from prayer. Aside from prayer and meditation and hearing from the God within, my goal on the other side of that is to think through what he just downloaded to me and to do something with it. Okay. And that's my challenge and my directive for you. You listen to the information that I shared with you. You determine what your value is. You figure out what your God-given gift is, what your purpose is, what you have been rooted and suited to do. And that you get to the doing of it, that you get to the thinking of it, that you get to the whatever you want to call it. But you take the opportunity to determine, what is my value? Number 1, what is the hook? What is that gift, right? What is it? What platforms do I put it on? What part of my content do I focus, on? What is my goal? Like I asked you guys when we first started, think about why it is that you are here. Why it is that you've invested this hour that you have spent listening to this information. Why it is Tia and Rhonda and Kelsey and Takia, okay, and Mo, Mathis, and Brian. Why it is that you have sat through this information, right? Why you've invested your time. Now, I want you to take the opportunity to think, what is it that you can now give to someone to get that first yes from them? What immediate value do you provide to someone for them to give you their name and their email address so that you can diagnose or give them a checklist or give them a download, something that you can give them a value, and not just something that you just give away. If you wouldn't sell it, don't give it away. All right. And then give them an action to take with that. Now, when you came into the community, the first thing you needed to do when you came into the community was to do what? Take an assessment. And then once you took your assessment, what was the next thing that you needed to do? Schedule an appointment. And then when you scheduled your appointment, you had to show up on the appointment. And then what you were told to do? You were given a directive, a first step. Always have something for them to do next. And now, after you do that, after you get your domain, after you go ahead and begin to put together, what it is that you are going to give someone, what does that look like? What does that look like across your social media platforms, right? What does that look like? Now you need to begin to document the process of how you can prove, for lack of a better word, that you do what you do on a regular and consistent basis, and that you can help someone through something. Document the process of that so you can show proof that you can do the dang thing, right? And then we're going to put that into a next level, something that you can now sell, right? Let me see if I can pronounce his name correctly. And that would be Omar El Tekwari. He says sales is the transfer of your spirit. I like to say sales is the transfer of my energy, right? And at all times, I'm trying to sell you on the positive energy and the positive interaction and the positive community and the positive, collaboration I eventually would like for this relationship to ascend to. So that now, when you're documenting the process and we begin to come together to actually create your brand, and we take it through the different levels, whether it's DIY, DWY, or DFY, once we take it through the various levels, when we get to the end of that, we're establishing and putting together a strong brand that other people will want to buy from because they know, like, and trusted enough to do business, right? And then we're going to ascend it into a level of business structure that is now going to create protection, legacy, ownership of your intellectual property, trademarks, grants, funding, all of that. And then we're going to launch that bad boy together because we're going to continue to create these collaborative partnerships, right? I'm going to need to be a part of whatever Tia has going on with the homeschool baddie brand, whatever it is that she's teaching these other moms. I'm going to eventually want to know what you got. How can I help you promote it? How can we do something symbiotic? The same with Takia, the teacher. The same with whatever, Brian, outside of what you got going on, whatever your other situation is that I can become a partner with. Like all of these different things, you want to be able to partner with people so that you can help them ascend and you can ascend yourself. You want to create these collaborative partnerships in that final premier ascension level of your business. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I hope you guys have been able to find some value in the way that I've shared that. I don't always talk as simplistically as I probably need to, and I'm working on that. I'm trying to make sure I break things down to its simplest format so that it's digestible, because I know a lot of the content that I share is overwhelming. Can you imagine being 20 years in this realm that I'm in and then having an expert come along and the amount of information they share with you is overwhelming for you, but it's not detrimental, isn't the word. It's detrimental to you to keep going on the path that you're going when you've just learned something new that actually can change the trajectory of what it is that you're doing for the better, and then you don't do it. So of course we're making this pivot. Of course we're taking this directional, change and shift in our journey because we know what our end result is. Our end result is being on the mantle, being on the hotel walls, being the monuments, right? Being able to be a fifth and sixth and seventh generation, business person where your great grandchildren are saying, yeah, I'm a seventh generational, business owner because my great grandmom was a fourth generation business owner because my father and my grandfather and my great grandfather were business owners. That gives me chills. Okay. So again, I don't see questions coming in. You guys are available to ask questions at any time. I'm hoping that you're taking the opportunity to continue. Hey there, that damn lovey. You're taking the opportunity to share this out. Thank you so much for the repost. Thank you for all of you who catch this on the replay. This content will be repurposed across multiple platforms over the course of this week because we get together on this upcoming Sunday. I would have to find my content calendar to let you guys know what we're going to be discussing on this upcoming Setup Sunday. If I had to guess, because again, I don't know. There it is. I don't know what this Sunday has on tap for us, but if I had to guess anything, it's going to be about this current journey that we're on and what comes next after you go and grab your domain. Because again, that's what people are wanting to know. What are the steps along the way? What is it that they do next? What is it that we do with the domain? Why even today, when if you guys were able to listen to any of Dwayne's information today, he was talking about emails and why when you work for a company, you don't have a Gmail. When you work for a company, you have company communications, you have a company email, you have a company business address, you have a company business phone. We will probably get a little bit deeper into that because it's very, very important. your Hotmails, your Gmails. Hello, that's not business. That's not business. When you work for a W-2 company and you work for a legal, legit brick and mortar, corporation, you have a corporate email account. There is a corporate domain. There are things when you start a business, do business like a business does business. When you start a business, do business like a business does business. And businesses don't use Gmail unless they Gmail. Okay. That's the only reason that would make sense. When you start working at Blue Cross Blue Shield, they don't give you a Gmail. They give you a Blue Cross Blue Shield email. And so that's how you should be thinking about your business. Okay. So I still don't see any questions coming in. So I'm assuming that we are good to go. All hearts and minds are clear. You all are absorbing this information. I know when it gets quiet in Heather's room, that's because we all taking notes. So maybe you guys are taking notes. I don't know. But again, take the opportunity to go above, to have a look at my profile, to come and join us in the community. There's a link up there. When you click on that profile picture, you should be able to tap on the link. Yes, it will ask you, are you sure we're leaving and going to a safe space? Yes, you're leaving and you're going to a safe space. Okay. Join the community. It will alert me here on my phone. You will be granted access into the community. And the first thing I ask everyone to do when they come into the community is to take your assessment, because that will let me know where you are along this journey, and it will help me know how I can help you. Okay. So thank you so much for your time on today. Good to see that you are taking notes, Kelsey. Let me know once you actually purchase your domain. If you want to look inside of the community, there's a little blue button over in the top right that says chat, or you can always respond to the emails on the channels that we've been emailing on already. Thank you so much, Tia, for sticking and staying. Your time is very, very important to you, and I appreciate you spending it with me. Thank you so much to Rhonda and to Kia, to Brian, to Mo Mathis. Now, I don't know that you said anything, Mo Mathis, but you nearly have 1,000 followers. And what I would suggest that you do is you would join us at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and learn why you need to get a bio in here. Come and join us at heather.r41 and join us in the HR office in the evening so that you can understand why you need to get a bio, so that when I bring you all to the front of the room and I go ahead and take the opportunity to take roll, and Rhonda, you need a bio too. I think I already said that to you though. I bring you to the front of the room. I can tell people why they should follow you. I can tell people why they should check your bio to see if they align with you. Okay, you're driving. Pay attention to the road, because we want you here for the long haul, right? We want you here for the long haul. So if you have an opportunity to check back in tonight at 9:30 p.m., we will be live with Heather in the HR office. Heather.r41 is her handle. And she actually walks people through how to set up their TikTok bios for maximum growth here on this platform. And thank you all for your time. Hopefully you'll find some time again on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be discussing what's next along this journey we call branding. And I will be continuing to help, as I enjoy doing, the Gen X and the Boomer, which is the 50 plus professional, to transition from maybe their W-2 job into their second career, whether it's, becoming a speaker, starting a home-based business, or just getting out here and becoming an author. Hello. Thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And we will catch you guys on the next one. To your success, Brandmaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am out.